Hello, and welcome back to Section 2 of User Experience for Web Developers. And in this section, we'll be growing our UX understanding by learning about how to apply human-centered user experience skills to our web fundamentals that we learned and talked about in the first section. In this section, we'll be taking a look at how to build user experience and empathy maps, improving our observation skills, learning and defining some problem definition, building and creating some screen flows, and then creating a way for us to do some intervention planning. So let's get going. If you remember, a fundamental user experience attribute starts with us trying to understand and relate to our users. For us, to gain knowledge about our users is that we need to start by observing what they do and what they are interested in. As a user experience designer, I constantly watch how, where, when, and why people use technology or engage in experiences. People watching is a skill that allows you as a UX designer to practice your own empathy for a user. When observing users, I attempt not to interfere with their experience and just be a fly on the wall. If you start watching people, you'll find time and time again that they do strange and curious things when interacting with apps, websites, or products. Your observations will show you that you're not the only user. This is a very important point. You are not the user. You may use the technology or even the service, explore the websites, or be involved in the solutions. However, if all you ever do is solve a problem for yourself, your solutions will be inherently flawed because they will skew towards a self-centered rationale rather than a human-centered, and your solutions will be myopic. Just as I am not a 21-year-old female from New York City, and hopefully you can tell that from my voice that it is true. However, if I observe, I get to know, and I build empathy for that 21-year-old female, I can start to remove my personal bias and invent for her intentions in mind, which in turn will keep our solutions more centered around what her needs are and how to concern ourselves with that user type. Placing the user at the center can be the hardest conceptual shift that any user experience designer needs and requires. And it is something we should be working at all of the time. User experience designers need to build their empathy skills. We can accomplish this by practicing solving problems for others rather than ourselves. So let's improve our empathy